From NAB in Las Vegas, Larry O'Connor of Otherworld Computing on their support for video creation. This is MacVoices. This edition of MacVoices is supported by Kolide. Kolide sends employees important, timely, and relevant security recommendations for their Linux, Mac, and Windows devices right inside Slack. Meet compliance objectives in a remote-first world without resorting to rigid device management. Try Kolide for 14 days free. Visit kolide.com/MacVoices to sign up today. That's KOLIDE.com/MacVoices. Enter your email when prompted to receive your free Kolide gift bundle after trial activation. Kolide.com/MacVoices. MacVoices is at NAB in Las Vegas. I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, Larry O'Connor, live and in person. Larry, it's great to see you.
Likewise, Chuck. How you been? It's been too long.
It's been way too long. I think we've done one or two remotely, but I haven't seen you since, I think, CES 2-3 years ago.
I can't even keep track. I mean, it seems like a lifetime with all the craziness the last couple of years, but I mean, we're back. We're in person. I mean, we get to actually show our stuff, interact with folks. I mean, this is where it's at, and it's just wonderful. It's great. It's wonderful being here.
Well, it's great to see you. It's great to look around here. I've been salivating watching your demo reel. It's like, oh, you've got so many great new products. What do you have new for the video professionals this time around?
You know, I mean, really what we're doing for everybody, and first, when I say everybody, I do mean everybody. You know, here we're talking about video production, but our solutions are made so that everybody can get the benefits of reliable, fast storage, docks, interfaces, whatever it may be, the right things so that, you know, you can do all the fun stuff. And we're excited because we just work. And at NAB this year, you know, we literally have everything covered from camera all the way to screen. I mean, that's the media cards. Our new Atlas CF Express cards are brand new at the show this year. And those are high speed, up to over 1700 megs a second. And that's sustained performance, so that for that 8K, even 12K footage being captured on today's cameras comes out, I should say gets captured. I mean, that's your camera, our media card, your media card, hopefully. The media card of choice goes into our reader, goes into, maybe it's a Jellyfish, goes into whatever Flex 8, goes into an Envoy, or goes onto a Thunderblade, you know, goes off to production. Wherever it needs to be, however it needs to get there, we have the solution now, literally, I mean, from A to Z, from camera to screen, so that you can capture, edit, produce, color, you know, you name it. And it's not stuff that we've made overly complicated. It's not solutions that, you know, require you to, okay, this was great last year, now let me show you what we have this year. All these things work together and build off each other. You know, the Flex 8 is a solution that is infinitely, well, flexible for whatever your need may be, from 8 hard drives just for pure spinning storage, to 4 SSDs, 4 NVMe SSDs at that, plus 4 drives, 7 drives, 1 Thunderblade module, plus a PCIe card. I can't even talk about this stuff, you know, just to, I mean, I don't do it justice talking about it, other than to say these solutions aren't built in a way where we show off fancy specs and try to kind of say, well, this is why it's going to work. We show you how it works. And the specification, the information we share in the product is what it actually does. It's not theoreticals. This is happening right now in front of you. This is how many frames per second this solution supports. This is how many gigabytes per second this solution transfers. Not the theoretical, Mac. This is what it's doing. This is how much time it takes when you're ingesting and you're duplicating your content. This is how copy that verifies that your data is absolutely checksum and in 2 places, and you need to check that data in a year, 2 years, 5 years from now, how we maintain that checksum file so you can verify that the file that's been stored for all that time still matches your original download. All these things are things that, you know, aren't theoretical, aren't hypothetical, aren't just a spec that we can point to and, yeah, well, okay, the real world might be different. These are real world, and it's real world in a way so that, again, we're the solution that just works. You know, I used to say, and now I stopped saying this, I like to say that we were the boring part of the equation, but, you know, we truly are the exciting part because it lets you spend all of your time being creative, pushing that workflow through, you know, getting what you need done without having to worry about the hardware from OWC that you're depending on. This year's Super Bowl, the halftime show, that was all run off of OWC gear. That's the 3rd Super Bowl that's been run off, Super Bowl halftime show that's been run off OWC workflow. I mean, that's stuff that it can't go wrong. It's mission critical. And whether it's, you know, live on stage, live on television, or it's that movie that's got it down, that production, that commercial, it's your family's reunion video that you got to get up. It's a wedding, production, whatever it may be. Our solutions are there for you, and they're also not out of reach, from you. I mean, they're from a price point of view. If you can't get it, it doesn't matter how great it is. We really work hard to make sure these solutions are available to everybody. And the biggest thing, and this kind of ties into the whole, some people know that we try to operate very sustainably in terms of our packaging, how our facility is powered. We're between our solar and our wind. We generate more power than we consume, which I think is a pretty good thing. And we didn't do it just because we could. We did it because ultimately, I mean, there's an ROI on it. In addition to the environment and everything else. First of all, there's not an ROI. It's a question whether it's going to have it probably has a more negative impact someplace else. But where there's technology that can help us do things better, we take advantage of that technology. And our job, our mission here is to bring technology to everybody that can help everybody, do all the different things that you want to do better. Certainly in a way that the technology isn't a hindrance or an annoyance or, I'd say, a distraction. It's there so you can focus on being the best that you can be.
And you just mentioned something I think is really important about OWC. You're working with a lot of very high-end stuff and very expensive stuff, but you also have plenty of gear for the rest of us that are a little bit lower on the pecking order. I mean, I'm not going to be doing 8K anytime soon. I'm probably not going to be doing 4K other than, capture anytime soon. That said, though, I've got a whole desk full of OWC gear that is at my level and helps me do what I want to do.
Well, our Thunder Bays actually can do 8K work. I mean, the solution, that's the thing of it. I mean, these things are built really to maximize. I mean, we don't just, there's no, governors put in or limitations built in these solutions. I mean, we really build these to let you do the maximum you can possibly do with each and every one of these solutions. And I wanted to also say, on that sustainability thing, they're also built to last. People all the time talk about how they're still using a product from a decade ago. And you know what? We love it. I mean, that's the way it should be. Building something with, planned obsolescence or in a way that, we don't want things to fail. A lot of the solutions that we're involved with are storage. We can't control every aspect, but every aspect we can control, we do control to make sure that solution is going to last because it's your data. And on top of everything else, it's something you don't have to replace. I mean, that's an impact that, that's being saved. Once it works, gets the job done, it should last forever. And we build things ideally so they can last for as close to forever as possible.
Well, your gear is a good investment, it's because you're right. I'm using stuff from quite a few years ago, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to buy new OWC gear as my needs change and increase. So I'm going to look at yours first because you have a proven track record.
Appreciate that, and honestly, we're not looking for business because stuff fails. We're looking for business because needs are growing, needs are changing, and if you've outgrown a solution that's already served you well, or you can supplement it and need to store more, we're here for you.
And you all have just continued to innovate and deliver new products throughout the pandemic, throughout the lockdown, which was no small trick.
It's been a lot of fun, really an interesting process, but it's been a really good few years with a lot of innovation, and a lot of the innovation you can see in the booth today. So we have the know-how, and our team. That's the thing. The passion is real. The people care. I mean, we are our own customers, and first and foremost, we listen to all of our customers, and that's reflective in everything every day that comes out of OWC.
Well, one other thing, too, this is important. I'm looking around the booth, and I'm seeing a lot of people I've talked to before. A lot of the same people are here. So, it's great that they still believe in it, especially with all the changes we've seen in, people wanting to work somewhere else or do something different. People are still here at OWC delivering those products.
We have. I mean, there's for lack of a better term, but the take, we've really been kind of trying to understand the whole. We've done things, naturally that you read about, and I would argue OWC has had that just cause. I mean, there is a purpose, that we're not just checking boxes off. There's not a bunch of KPIs. People are expecting. I mean, the measurements are our customer and our customer experience, not arbitrary numbers and check boxes that don't tell the whole story. People get to make a difference here, and they get to make a difference for all of you, which is why we are here, and that means something. So it's a passion, and it's we're focused on customers for life and team members for life. I mean, that is an absolute goal here.
Larry, I know.
Let us earn your trust, and certainly we work to have the trust of everybody as part of Team OWC as well.
I know you have other people waiting, so I want to cut it off. Thank you so much. It's great to see you back.
Yeah, likewise, Chuck. This is fantastic.
And the website, of course, is?
Go to macsales.com, and soon enough, you'll be able to get a great experience at owc.com as well.
Excellent. Good to see you. Thanks so much.
Yeah, always a pleasure, Chuck. Enjoy the show.
Folks, MacVoices is in Las Vegas for NAB. I'm Chuck Joyner. We'll be back with more. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you MacVoices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.